Released in March of 2012, Mass Effect 3 provoked one of the largest backlashes from a game's fanbase ever seen. The game's choose-your-own-adventure triple selection ending did not sit well with a vocal minority of players who felt let down not only by the non-committal nature of the conclusion of the trilogy, but also dissatisfied with the choices that were given. Other complaints arose about the inclusion of an IGN staff member as an NPC reporter within the game, and issues around same-sex romances for Commander Shepard. However, for this player, Mass Effect 3 is the best entry in the series. To say that it is the most enjoyable would be to disregard the strong emotional roller coaster that the experience provides. Although there are plenty of amusing and entertaining episodes within Mass Effect 3, the clear and overarching theme is that time is running out, that this time Commander Shepard may not prevail. The game doesn't pull any punches in this regard, exploring the increasing toll on the battle and tragedy-weary commander as they experience many heavy losses and demoralizing situations. Whereas once the invasion of the Reapers was a theoretical threat, here they're all too real. This feeling of fighting against time permeates into many facets of gameplay. Shepard's mobility in combat is the best it has been in the trilogy, and although cover is still important, there is a feeling of continual movement, continually pushing forward. The gameplay mechanics are even more refined than in Mass Effect 2. Players can easily upgrade weapons and add a host of modifications. A huge arsenal of weapons is available, complemented by a wealth of armour pieces to tailor to augment your character class's demands. This also translates to planet scanning, which was a bane of contention for this reviewer in Mass Effect 2. Here it is quick and easy, none of this scanning every inch of a planet's surface. Again, the idea of time running out is symbolised by Reapers chasing the Normandy in the system where you are scanning planets. This isn't a problem when you understand that you can leave the system at any point on the circumference of that system and then simply re-enter to continue scanning. But again, their inclusion is symbolic. Yet despite this continual feeling of racing against the clock, there is a wealth of content within Mass Effect 3, especially when including the extra DLC missions. It is fair to say that Mass Effect 3 includes some of the best missions in the whole trilogy, which will impact players much more if they have played both the previous entries. Rightly applauded, the Citadel DLC that is included within the Legendary Edition is one of this reviewer's favourite DLC expansions of all time and really changes the overall Mass Effect 3 experience greatly. As with Mass Effect 2, the decisions that you have made in the past two entries from an imported Mass Effect 2 endgame save really impact the experience you will have, affecting both inter-character relationships and responses. This is also felt in the Citadel DLC. Graphically, Mass Effect 3 is the most accomplished entry in the series, despite BioWare having had to tailor the release for the end of the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 life cycles. There are wonderful transition scenes for missions where you will see your characters swoop into combat against dramatic landscapes. It conveys the majesty and scale of some environments far better than in previous entries, and again gives that sense of urgency and action. Sasha Dickinson, Sam Hulick, Chris Lennertz, Clint Mansell and Chris Valesco deliver an absolutely mesmerising, dramatic and epic soundtrack that gives the whole experience a resonating depth while elevating pivotal moments. Although director Casey Hudson and lead writer Mac Walters may have been negatively criticised for implementing a three-ending structure, in retrospect giving the players the opportunity to decide the fate of Shepard in what, at the time, was the ending of Mass Effect was most probably the best thing to do. Mass Effect 3 proves to be much more than just the ending of the trilogy, and is undoubtedly one of the greatest gaming sequels ever made.